Welcome to Ariana's Restaurant, another short cooking video. To salt or not to salt? This is what we do. We salt. We salt everything that we make. Why? Because we use fresh ingredients. Salt has become the #1 public enemy in cooking. Why? Because after World War II, the dynamics of this country changed around the world. We started getting into farming. We got into fast foods, TV dinners. What ended up was processed foods have taken over. They're quick, they're easy, they're convenient. They are loaded with sodium and other preservatives. We use everything fresh. Beautiful fresh meat, fresh fish, fresh vegetables. So what we do is we enhance the flavors with salt. Salt is a flavor enhancer. It helps add flavor. You take a beautiful beefsteak tomato and then put a little sea salt on it and boom, it's magical. Fresh mozzarella with a little sea salt. Boom, it's flavor, it tastes good. So salt is necessary in cooking with fresh ingredients. We use a couple different salts. Kosher salt is #1. We use kosher salt for about 95% of it. I'm not an investor, Diamond Chris. I prefer this one because it has a coarse texture, so I can use it with my hands and I can easily sprinkle it on something. That way I can control how much salt I put on and where it goes on. This little bit of salt in my hand is more than enough to season these 2 pieces of fish, this steak and this fish. We don't use a lot. This is a lot less than an order of fast food French fries, but we use some of it. We use a little bit on our proteins before we cook. When we cook vegetables, we add a little bit before we cook. Because what happens is salt also brings out the flavor of the proteins or the vegetables. It helps just bring out the flavor, helps enhance them. There's old wise tales that if you put salt in front of steaks, it'll dehydrate it. Yes, if you cover a steak with salt like prosciutto, leave it salted for weeks, it will dehydrate. But if you put a little salt on a steak a couple minutes before you sear it, the salt will penetrate in there, you get flavor into it, and it tastes great. If you sear the steak and put salt on top afterwards, you already formed a crust, so the salt will not penetrate. So kosher salt is what we use for 95% of the time. Then there's sea salts out there. Maldon sea salt, really popular one. It's one of my favorite. We use this on specific items, just like we talked about extra virgin olive oil. We use it on our steak tartare or our tuna tartare. We'll use it on our caprese salad, something like that. Finishing. I don't cook with sea salt because you lose the effect of it. Then if you want, there's also some specialty ones. This is a beautiful flake sea salt. This is just large crystals. This is a single salt crystal right here. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And this is something where you do something more specific. Literally, something like this, I'd put on the tip of my tongue. It would take over a minute to dissolve, and it's not like a salt bomb. It really is pure, unique salt flavor. So, in cooking, salt is important. Then when we do seasoning, so here we have all the different seasonings that we work with each night. We have a regular kosher salt, we have a steak rib rub, it has salt in it with other seasonings. This is our sort of a spice mix. I do it for Italian type things. This is our blackening mix. Again, all these components there have salt, but other flavors in there as well. So please understand, salt is necessary in cooking with fresh quality ingredients. It helps enhance the flavor. It is not an enemy. It is good stuff. So please enjoy, use it carefully. Also, last, table salt, iodized table salt, no, it's been chemically treated. We do not use it at all. Even advertising now, they say iodine is good for your health or part of your diet. If you need iodine in your diet or in your body, you can get an iodine pill from your doctor. So table salt is out as well. Kosher salt, sea salt, great food, all as well.